Full story, biography, powers and abilities of Vito Corleone, the Godfather. Vito Corleone. The name alone commands respect, fear, and reverence. The original Godfather, Vito is one of the most iconic and influential characters in the history of film. Portrayed masterfully by Marlon Brando in The Godfather, 1972, and by Robert De Niro in The Godfather Part II, 1974, his life is a journey from immigrant hardship to absolute power, all built upon loyalty, family, strategy, and quiet strength. This is the full story, biography, and abilities of Vito Corleone, the man who became a legend. Vito Andolini was born in 1891 in the small Sicilian village of Corleone. After his father was murdered by the local Mafia boss Don Ciccio, and his older brother was killed seeking revenge, Vito's life was marked by tragedy early on. At the age of 9, his mother was also murdered when she begged Don Ciccio to spare him. With nothing left, Vito fled Sicily and immigrated to America through Ellis Island. There, due to a clerical error, his name became Vito Corleone, the surname of his hometown. He was taken in by family friends in New York City's Little Italy, where he grew up poor and silent, working hard and staying under the radar. By the 1920s, Vito was a quiet but observant man. After being fired from his job by a local criminal, Vito began his own path into organized crime. Alongside close friends Clemenza and Tessio, he started small, stealing, hustling, and helping the community. But Vito stood out for one reason: he never acted out of greed or cruelty. Everything he did with dignity and purpose. Vito's transformation from a humble immigrant to a powerful Don was gradual and calculated. His first major act of defiance was the assassination of Don Fanucci, a corrupt neighborhood extortionist. Vito offered him less money than demanded, and when Fanucci tried to push back, Vito killed him, not in rage, but with calm resolve. That single act earned him immense respect and fear. Vito's organization grew, built not just on violence but on favors, respect, and honor. He didn't see himself as a gangster. He saw himself as a caretaker, a man who helped people when the system failed them. People came to him not out of obligation, but because they trusted him. By the 1940s, Vito Corleone had become the head of one of the 5 families of New York. He was now Il Padrino, the Godfather. Unlike other crime lords, Vito avoided drug trafficking, believing it would destroy communities and bring unnecessary heat. He ruled through diplomacy, negotiation, and strategy, using violence only when absolutely necessary. Vito valued family, loyalty, and tradition. He had 4 children: Sonny, Fredo, Michael, and Connie. His hope was always that his children would live better lives, that they would be senators, governors, not killers. But fate had other plans. Assassination attempt and legacy. In The Godfather, Vito is nearly assassinated by rival gangsters looking to push him into the drug business. He survives the shooting but is seriously wounded. During his recovery, his hot-headed son Sonny takes control, sparking a brutal mob war. When Sonny is eventually killed, Vito returns to power not with vengeance, but with peace. He calls a meeting of the 5 families and agrees to a truce to protect his remaining family. In the end, he passes the mantle of Don to his youngest son, Michael, the one he tried hardest to keep out of the family business. Retiring to his garden, Vito dies peacefully while playing with his grandson in 1955, leaving behind a legacy of power, tragedy, and myth. Powers and abilities. While Vito Corleone possessed no supernatural powers, his influence, intellect, and aura of command gave him the ability to control entire cities. His powers were psychological, strategic, and deeply human. Master strategist. Vito's greatest strength was his mind. He could see moves ahead like a chess master. Whether negotiating with gangsters or politicians, he always stayed calm and outthought his enemies. Charisma and persuasion. His quiet voice carried more weight than 100 screams. Vito didn't threaten, he offered propositions people couldn't refuse. His sense of diplomacy made him both feared and loved. Commanding respect. Without lifting a finger, Vito could have men killed or wars stopped. He ruled not through fear alone, but through respect, which he considered more powerful than loyalty. Unshakable discipline. Vito never acted out of impulse. His ability to suppress emotion in the face of betrayal or danger made him nearly untouchable. His enemies rarely saw him lose control. Network of influence. From judges to police officers, businessmen to senators, Vito's reach extended into every corner of power. He didn't just control criminals, he controlled systems. Even after death, Vito's teachings and principles echoed through the Corleone family. His son Michael would take the family to even greater heights, but at a terrible personal cost. Vito was the last of the old-school dons, who believed in honor over profit, family over violence, and tradition over ambition. Vito Corleone is more than just a fictional character, he's a symbol of power with principle. A man who built an empire not through bloodlust, but through intelligence, integrity, and quiet strength. He reminds us that true power doesn't come from fear, but from respect. Though born in blood and forged in crime, Vito Corleone will forever be remembered as a father, a leader, and a legend. He was the Godfather. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful character histories. Until next time, stay strong, and never go against the family.